Megan Thee Stallion, good news. That shit don't impress me much. It's going off.
Have you started recording already?
Yeah.
Okay, well now we're recording.
Oh,
shit.
I hate to give it away in the first second, but I mean, bad news, everyone.
Oh, look at you.
I meant to do a fucking dude impression. I forget his name. You know who I mean. You're writing a fucking album about it.
Futurama?
Yeah, fucking bad news, everyone.
Oh, I
forgot his
Professor,
name. Anyway.
Oh my god, I keep wanting to say Zoidberg, but that's not his fucking name. I feel like an idiot.
It's something like that.
Wernstrom. He was always going to get hit. What
It's
the fuck
Zoidberg.
is this guy's name? No.
Fry Zoidberg.
It's Fry. Stop it. Fry's his last name because his first name is something else, isn't it?
I thought Fry is Fry's first name.
Oh my god, I feel like such an asshole. Wait.
Figglehorn. Fry Figglehorn.
No, the fuck it's not. I know Turunga Leela is that. Philip J. Fry, yeah.
It is Philip J. Fry, you're right.
Get the fuck out of my face when he's talking about Figglehorn.
Hey, it's Fry!
Professor Farnsworth, yes.
Farnsworth.
Because he's named after the guy who I think presented the first TV at the World's Fair or something like that.
So we've got a few things lined up on the show this week. We've got the XXL Freshman Cyphers, hot off the presses, as of a week ago. We've got... and we've also got two semi-new album reviews, 2 years too late. But, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes with good news and folklore. All lower caps, the opposite of MF Doom. It's all lower caps, folklore. We're going to start with the XXL Freshman Cyphers. The stars are out tonight. It is quite possibly, in the history of the Going Off podcast, the most impressive XXL freshman class I've ever seen or remember seeing.
Oh, really?
RC. Not after last time. We can't retcon after last time when we were so dumbfounded, fucking gobsmacked about how impressed we were with the XXL freestyles. Are you going to look me in the digital face and tell me you were not impressed with the Cyphers?
No. I actually was. I was just thinking about what we're dealing with today, where it was a bit of a different feeling.
What? No, okay, let's fucking get into it. I can't. I can't already. I'm about to throw hands already.
Oh, no.
So, the way we've been doing this for the past God knows how long is we rate them individually and then we rank the performances from worst to best.
Yeah.
RC, who do you have in last place?
I
feel like we're gonna disagree already. I'm so nervous. Oh no.
Dude, I was so unmotivated by 2/3 of what was being presented that I didn't even have a list. I was just okay, there are these 3 people that did well, and I don't know what everyone else was doing.
I have a similar feeling because I also think 3 people were the clear runaway winners. But I feel like I was more impressed with most of the class than you were, because in my opinion, there were only maybe 3 or 4 people that I thought just didn't bring it. My bottom 4 are Sofago.
Oh god, that was nothing.
Absolutely nothing. That's exactly what I have written down. Gave us fucking nothing. Then I have KC.
I can't even remember what
Then, well, hold on. I also got notes that I wrote down. What did I say about KC? Nice flow, weak repetitive bars, and he trails off at the end. He seriously just goes, XXL and here, and everyone just laughs. Right. Everyone's cutting up, having fun. Good for them. It wasn't a good performance, though.
Right, it's what was that? Alright, yeah, it literally just trailed off.
It fell apart! I've never seen a freestyle fall apart. Then, in number 10, I've got Big Scar.
Oh my goodness.
Then, after that, in 9th place, I've got Cochise. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, wasn't this the dude who was rapping more lyrical in the freestyle. Am I wrong about that?
I don't remember how he performed in the freestyle. I just thought, like, I liked his flow in the cypher, but I have written down here, we're past shit like this in the scape of 2022. We can't keep putting up with rhymes like, I slap on the booty, she showed me the boobies, and all my N-words, we getting some cuties. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, oh yeah, his was a bunch of, like, air too. Yeah, a bunch of hot air. Yeah.
Can't keep doing that shit. We need some originality in here.
But it's like, oh, but the multis are coming flying fast, so it's got to be impressive. But it's like, well, what is he actually saying?
No.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Now, here is where I was a little dumbstruck. Because number 8, Doechii.
Doechii was like, her delivery was cool.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a bit mid.
I have this quoted because I was kind of like, huh. My whole team speak Gucci, voila. If it ain't that, no coochie, nada. Blend with the money like a green iguana. Bitch, bring the heat like a PV sauna. I'm in your mouth like a TV dinner. V.A. Jinnah. Although, I did pop for I make cunt look proper. That's a dope line. I was like, whoa. Holy shit. But no, not great.
Yeah, like she was trying to bend the words in that sort of Andre 3000 way, you know, but it's like, it's not working because it's too awkwardly...
It didn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't sound cool.
This was a fucking 1-2 punch for me. Because number 7, Saucy Santana.
Yeah.
Just kind of okay.
Right, like it was okay.
I liked his flow. The bars were fun, but nothing really memorable from your boy.
Yeah.
Following him up though, number 6. Here's where we finally start to get, in my opinion, like, impressive. Nardo Wick.
How did I guess that one?
Nardo fucking Wick. I thought it was clever. Yeah. I'm just not a big fan of the low energy mumbling.
Right. That's the one issue where really it's just like, yeah. And it's like, it's right on that line of like, is this supposed to be the cool guy flow that he's doing? Or is he just like kind of shy and you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really have the presence like that, you know? Like,
yeah. Because up next, I've got Kali. Or Callie?
Okay, I would say that, like, hers was maybe, like, my favorite one, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a surprise.
That one was the one that had the most, just, like, first of all, like, her fucking, the fucking swagger she just has,
yeah.
Who's your girl, that Jamaican singer from the 80s? Like Grace Jones sort of swag, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So when she comes out with it's like dope, and then like, yeah, I thought she had really like nice flows of like actual hits and shit. Yeah, honestly, it was like between her, well, you haven't said them yet, and
well, I think you know where we're going.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think an argument can be made for the next 5. Because right after Kali, I've got Big 30. I thought he had a dope flow, real dense freestyle with some really great bars, very solid showing. But from there, I have my own personal 3-way tie for first. I'm cheating.
You son of a bitch.
With Babyface Ray, Babytron, and Ken the Man, I think those 3 were the best ones.
Yeah, I think Ken the Man honestly took it. Like, and I was like, my jaw was on the floor because I was like, I remember feeling kind of so about them last time, right? Like,
this is basically a flip from last time. We were like, wow, Doechii, Saucy Santana, bringing the fire. There's no touching them. Here, it's like, yeah, they're like almost they're in the bubbling under half.
It's weird.
They're just on the cusp.
Yeah, that really flipped. Yeah, like, from the freestyles, like, yeah, I remember it being, like, kind of an even split, but with this, it was, like, Ken the Man, Kali, and, Was it baby? God damn it! There's two babies. I can't
It was
remember.
JonTron and
Stop! You're fucking it up worse. Oh god damn it! Who the hell are the other ones? They don't have the names in order in some of these videos. In the naming of the videos, in order.
well, there
of,
was Ken the baby.
Stop it!
I'm just having fun fucking with you today.
Kali and Kid the Man, they took it home. The ladies represented.
Yes.
That's basically what I have to say at the end of the day.
I meant to look it up and I forgot to, but I imagine we're saving Megan for the main event.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to see how we felt about her performance in her respective years Freestyle Cypher, and I don't remember how we felt about it.
The thing I was thinking about was the last album that she did that we reviewed. I remember us feeling kind of a little cool on it.
No, I wasn't feeling it really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save my thoughts on Megan
You even
because
hate her back in the building? No.
after a short hiatus, hope y'all kept my seat warm. But first, we've got Folklore from Taylor Swift. I think this album held up from when I had first heard it. If anything, I think I liked it more. I think it starts with maybe the weakest cut.
Yes.
On the whole
Oh my
album.
goodness. I had that moment where I was like, wait, I remember liking this, and then the first song is just called The One, and I was like, wait, I can't remember how I felt about this one. And then as it starts, just the first lyrics are so like first draft. I'm doing good. I'm on some new shit. Like, what's this rapper talk? You try to talk in Taylor on this track? On track one?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about fucking T Swift in the building. I don't know. Is that just to get us hype for, hey, Taylor's gonna be cursing on this album? Like, uh-oh.
I thought I saw you at the bus stop. I didn't, though. It's like, all right, well, that was just a trail of lyrics that led to nowhere. Like,
I think Taylor's one of these people who, like, will write, like, over 100 songs for a fucking album. And then it's like, well, these are the best ones. I'm like, I don't know how the one made the cut. Like, I would have scrapped that.
there's certainly a feel to it where it's like, she is trying to write pop songs. Like, she's trying to get those universal big feels to them. And I think there are certain times where she hits out of the park. Like, being a pop star, to a certain extent, it's about, like, being able to balance, right, universality and intimate, specific moments to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have it all just be about you, but, you can't just be too generic because then people don't connect, But in this first one, it just feels like, weirdly enough, the rap equivalent of, like, pop songwriting, where, like, a rap song's like, like, this may not be the big hit song, but this is the song where I gotta prove my shit, so I gotta write a bunch of dope lyrics about how dope I am. And this song isn't really about that. So, like, the pop version of that is like, I gotta, like, prove my salt by writing a pop song that really, hits, that really makes you feel romantic feelings. So this is what I do. I gotta hit you with this metaphor, then this metaphor. Maybe this one will work, But like, yeah, like one or two plain words would be like, oh, we never painted by the numbers, baby, but we were making it count. I was like, okay, that's a little slick, And then just like like over the top, but I'm not sure exactly what's going on, like thing where it's like, the greatest loves of all time are over now. It's like, that's such an epic sort of feeling lyric, but I'm not sure if that actually means anything, Like, because if they're the greatest loves of all time, where are they? Is she trying to say something about love being like false, or is it like, it's just like, is this brilliant or is this just corny and overwritten? Like,
despite sounding nothing like any Taylor Swift album we've heard up to this point musically, she has a writing style that, even if it's put to a different, like, sound of music, it's like, this is a Taylor Swift bar. To the point.
A Taylor Swift production.
Even to the point where we go down to Exile, and you've got Justin Vernon of Bon Iver.
Oh, yeah.
He's singing. It's weird because it's a deep, manly voice.
Right.
It's like, this is a Taylor Swift bar. Like, what he's saying, he's like, Taylor Swift absolutely wrote this. And this is not a dig. I will say, of all the pop divas, or whatever you want to put it, she has a very unique writing style that I can honestly say does not remind me of anybody else, and I don't think anybody else is writing songs like her.
I know someone who's really into Taylor Swift specifically, like as a pop, you know what I'm saying? As like oh my God, new shit dropped, Taylor Swift, like, you know, it's like really a big fan of him. And like, I see it, I get it, I understand it. Like, even though, you know, it's like, okay, I see the campiness, so cheesy, like just from the outside. But like, I understand how she's so much of a personality that like, you would, like, I can see someone wanting to be on each new release, unlike a Katy Perry, who I don't see, like all I see is plasticness. I see no personality deeper beyond that. You know what I'm saying? With Taylor Swift, I see like she's a pop star princess, but like she has a particular color to her that's just so pony girl energy, you know, like.
With Katy Perry, she's very try hard, but also at the same time doesn't take risks. It's like, how? You
know, it was the age of 2010s, everything is the loudest thing ever production. And so, like, her singing just feels like it's also just try hard. You know, like, that's what it feels like in the vocal delivery. So when you said that, that really, like, unlocked it for me. It's like, yeah, it feels so, like, just over the top and yet underbaked. It's like a unfinished souffle or whatever the heck. Just didn't get to the right temperature. You know, like, yeah, we know it's gonna be, you know, pop star and fluffy, but, like, there still feels like there's something wrong here. Whereas, like, Taylor Swift, I feel like, I mean, she definitely has her fucking misses. Remember when she tried to do the dubstep thing or the breakup song that sounded like the funnest slide ever? You know, we are never getting back together. You know?
There is that. I thought you were talking about me! Exclamation point.
Oh no! Oh my God, that was also bad too. Oh,
with
Lord.
Fucking Brendan Urie of Panic at the Disco.
What in the world was that about? Spelling is fun, or whatever the fuck it was.
Spelling is fun, and they decided to cut it from the album because they're cowards.
They were so embarrassed.
I mean, I don't blame them.
How it was received.
But I mean, it's in the music video. There's no denying that happened. So
you can't act like that didn't happen. Yeah, it's not. This ain't the 2000s anymore, where you could be like, "Wait, was that in the cut?" I don't know. Maybe it's like a, you know.
And you can't just take it down. Someone's just gonna re-upload
exactly.
it.
It's only the early 2000s where we could be Mandela affected into believing maybe it just was never there.
Right.
Like, nah, we caught you in 4K. Like.
Now, this is the album I think made me, who people who've been following me for a while, I kind of got known for making disses to Taylor Swift back in the day. So for someone who, you know, that was their bread and butter at the beginning, it was this album that really made me rethink her back catalog. Because like I said,
Taylor Swift is like, what you got to say now?
Well, see, the thing is, when I say they sound like the old songs in the way they're written, but it's just a different musical style. So it made me rethink, like, I know there were a few big hits that I wasn't too big on back in the day, and probably still wouldn't be if I go back and revisit them. It's like, well, if these aren't bad, maybe there's other ones that have that same writing style, because honestly, the only thing different here is a maturity that wasn't on the old Taylor Swift albums. And I'm not saying just because she's cursing now, but she seems way more self-aware than she used to be. There's a trilogy on this album.
Oh, I noticed that, yeah.
There's the through story, the through narrative, love triangle trilogy, where there's a girl named Betty. We'll get to Betty. Then there's a guy named James, I think, that is cheating on Betty with Taylor.
I feel like we're watching Dynasty or something.
Yeah, we're watching Riverdale. So it plays out in front of our eyes. But I think the best songs on this album, if I had to go ahead and do that, might as well start with it. Cardigan.
Ooh.
Fucking
man.
Last Great American Dynasty. My Tears Ricochet.
That one's definitely, oh yeah, that ethereal sounding one. Yeah.
Got Mirror Ball.
Mirror Ball. Look, I was back in high school fucking prom.
Ooh.
Whenever I hear this song, like I'm like just floating into the room, and what, Taylor Swift? I feel like I'm in the Teenage Dirtbag video, and she's the girl who's telling me she's got 2 tickets to Metallica or whatever. Yeah.
Man, I gotta make that video. I haven't said anything about it, but I want to make a video about the She'd Be Better Off With Me songs.
Oh my god! She's the flavor of the week.
All those. I wish that I could make her see, because I'm so much better. Yeah, one of these days.
It hurts.
And fucking, where'd it go? Betty. I think those are the best ones. Not to say.
Oh god, that one made you feel like when you hear it, it's just like affecting, you know, like
yeah, because I mean, on their own, Cardigan has its own feel, but until you know what's going on, it's just kind of, you know, on its own. Then August, which is the other part of the trilogy, it's still a really great track. I think I think it's really one of the standouts. But then not until Betty do we really get the big picture, and it's like, oh shit. Like, that moment. Weakest cuts, in my opinion. The one, for sure. Invisible String.
I thought I had fun with that one.
And Mad Woman. I thought those two were kind of
a little
underwhelming.
Yeah, Invisible String, I liked the like, there's just such a light touch to a lot of this musicality.
Yeah.
That in this song in particular felt like just affected me in that perfect way, where it's just like, she would say something about like colors, or she would mention like a color or something like that, and you hear like a little like violin line that would feel like it was emulating that color. Just like a really cool, just like minor thing of just like, ooh, text painting, okay, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there's like guitar string plucks in Invisible String that are just like, they ring out. They're so shiny. Like, whoa, it really does stand out.
Like, you can hear the evening, you know, hues that this music is trying to implement. Oh yeah, and then the lyrics, it's right around the time she says, gave me the blues and then purple pink skies, and it's cool. And yeah, that's when it happened. So I was like, okay, you know, I gotta give this song its props on that one. And, oh yeah, Mad Woman. Yeah, you know, I was about to say, like, oh, you should give it its props, but that one lyric where it's just like, do you see my face in the neighbor's lawn? Which, what? It's like, does she smile or does she mouth fuck you forever? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. She's got an edge now, RC.
Right? It's so like, or it's like Olivia Newton-John. Like, it's cute. Like, it's like, oh.
Yeah, like, I don't mean
her hair. Like,
I don't mean to belittle, but yeah, it's kind of hard
like, oh, I'm a
to take it serious. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel bad, but it's just like, but dude, there's no bite to this. Like, yeah.
It's like, I'm not doubting that you can be angry or that you are angry. There's a lot to be angry about, no doubt. Exile's a really interesting track with the duet there, especially of how different their voices are.
Yeah.
John Mayer, Jonas Brothers, Shawn Mendes.
Like, come on now. They're playing
it's all
with
very
the,
soft,
with the kids.
You know?
Yeah.
But this Justin Vernon, this fucking voice is booming, demanding, very present in the mix. So it's like, whoa, shit, okay.
Yeah, especially at the, so step right out. Like, oh shit, all right. Like that, because I think it wasn't the point where she's like, I don't know if I can stay or da-da-da. And it's like, and you can hear the opening of the door, so step right out. There's no amount of crying I can do for you. Look. And then the way it actually feels like an argument, where it's like,
yeah.
You know, it's like, you didn't even hear me out. You never gave a warning. I gave so many. And you can hear like that pause right there. It's just like, all this time. It's like, oh shit. Like, you can hear the evaluating past things and be like, oh shit. Yeah, this is it. We weren't communicating well. This isn't working.
And it's like, at the beginning, you don't really think about it, but then by the end, you're over there looking at Justin like, oh man, you fucked up. Like, oh no.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Now You're Just Somebody That I Used to Know. Oh. You know, it's like, you can actually feel the relationship unfold, where it's just like, oh, you know, you heard it from his perspective. It's just like, man, you didn't have to be so mean about that. It's like, well, maybe you didn't fuck that other girl.
Yeah, like, oh, that really is the whole song. You're over there like, oh, poor Gautier. What happened? And then by the end, it's like, oh,
you deserve this. You had this one coming.
You just do that slow turnaround and look at him like,
You look back like, you son of a...
You fucking had me this whole time, dude. What the fuck is that?
But, isn't that real, though? Like, that's how someone who's, like, hurt feels, right? When you get a relationship. Well, my thing that I was angry about, and then, you talk to a friend about it, and then they go, like, yeah, it kind of sounds like you're being a dick. And then you have to, like, be like, oh, shit. Oh, I was kind of being a dick back there. Oh, no. Oh, I deserve to lose. What was I? But, it's the ego, right? The ego tells us, no, I must be right because, but, when you're in the middle of the moment, you don't think about it. So that's why I love, like, songs like these that can, like, really make you feel that moment of, like, oh, wow. Because that is real, right? I think it's another one where it's just, like, just give me a reason. Just a little.
Oh, yeah. I love that one.
Yeah, where it's just like kind of like slowly realizing, like, remember when she's like, oh my god, there's all these things, da-da-da, and then he responds with like, I'm sorry, I don't understand where all this is coming from. I thought we were fine.
Yeah, like, he really does sound blindsided. It's funny that it starts with, I'm sorry, because you kind of visualize it as like, I'm sorry? Like, what? Where is all this coming from? You just got me thinking of the songs that are like, they're one way for like 90% of it, and then it flips it around. You got me thinking of It Wasn't Me. Fucking Shaggy. Where the whole time Shaggy's giving the advice, and then at the end it's like, yo, your advice? It sucks. It's like, whoa! Holy shit, Shaggy looking really stupid right about now.
Yeah, and I feel like people don't talk about that part, because it's like right at the tail end. Gonna tell her that I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused.
And he also doesn't sound great, so I imagine most people probably turn the song off by that point.
But I just love that lyric. You may think that you're a player, but you're completely lost. Like, he's really going in on him, like...
Then Shaggy goes ahead and still does the chorus like one or two more times. So now he's just doing it to keep up appearances and not seem like...
Well, if you would like to order my services...
Well, it didn't work for Rick Rock or whatever his name is, but you know what? It's not to say it was bad advice. It just wasn't appropriate for the situation.
Everybody. Yeah, he failed the system. The system didn't fail.
Trust the process, says Shaggy.
What are the songs? Oh, yeah. Don't you want me, baby?
Oh.
The first verse is like, I brought you where you are today. You should be grateful for the fact that... And it's just like, nah, I was actually going to be fine. Like, I appreciate your help, but, like, I kind of already had my own plans. Like...
As soon as that motherfucker says, and I could put you back there, too. Like,
right.
Oh, no!
It's like, wait, hold on.
It's fucking Drake sitting in the goddamn Cheesecake Factory.
Give back to the streets.
I'll give you back to the streets.
I'll give you back to the streets too.
and then the woman's just like, I like how she starts it off. I was working in a cocktail bar. That much is true. Everything else he said?
Bullshit. Yeah, it's a real, like, honest conversation where we're like, wait, no, hold on a second. We're gonna come together on what the truth is, and then here's where things diverge into your ego versus what the truth is.
Oh, God, I hadn't thought about that one in a minute. He sounds like such a dick when he says that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just the fact that it's like, I can put you back there too, followed with, don't you want me? It's just like...
The fucking hesitation, yeah. Don't you want me?
I can't believe it when you say you don't need it.
I mean, look at me. I obviously cannot believe it.
I'm the guy from the Human League. How can you not want me?
My tears ricochet. I didn't have it in myself to go with grace. Are you the hero flying around saving face? And if I'm dead to you, why are you still at the wake? Cursing my name, wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricocheted.
Look at how my tears ricochet. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, okay, that was it. Oh, yeah, that was the real ethereal sounding joint. Yeah, oh my God, yeah. I liked August. I liked the 90s Lil Fair sweetness vibes that was going on in that joint.
There's one part at the end of that track where the music all but fades out to nothing. And it's like during a chorus, and then it just like comes back full volume, and it's like, ooh, ooh, I don't exactly know when it happens, but it hits really hard, and it's like, oh, fuck yeah, that's awesome.
And This Is Me Trying was, like, that one, like, got me emotionally.
That's good,
like,
yeah.
Because it really does sound sincere, where it's just like, I'm trying to be better. Like the aw shucksedness that kind of comes with her brand, but in a way that's channeled for that sentimental thing, where it's just like, maybe this isn't the best way this could have been written as a song lyric, but I'm fucking trying, Like, and you feel that,
I gotta skip down to Epiphany. Hadn't mentioned it yet. I really like the chorus of this.
Oh, homegirl getting their epic Kate Bush on in this motherfucker.
It's Kate Bush, and it also, because we talked about it very recently, I couldn't help but be reminded of the Florence and the Machine album, because there's a song on there where we talked about it, and I didn't think it was one of the best ones. It was the one that was like talking about all the angry women wanting to go back to brunch and they can't because of the pandemic. Epiphany, I probably wouldn't have picked up on this if I didn't read it on Genius, that it's making a parallel between healthcare workers on the front line and service people on the front line, like in the midst of battle. Only 20 minutes of sleep, but you dream of some epiphany, just one single glimpse of relief to make some sense of what you've seen. Both scenarios, like, there were stories of healthcare workers having to take really short naps because they're working like all fucking day and all the crazy shit they've seen. Yeah, a case can be made that, like, yeah, it was a fucking war zone in a different way, and yeah, it's traumatic.
Which you would have the little affectations at the end of some of the words where someone's mother, like, it sounded like a hiccup or something like that, Do you remember that happening?
I don't remember that.
It would, like, keep happening, and it was just like that's like a fun sort of Kate Bushy sort of, like, just a weird sort of affectation in my delivery there, yeah.
I know we reviewed Hounds of Love, like, and Running Up That Hill, like, a year ago, and, man, I'm just glad to see so many people agree with us after all this time.
Right, like, yes.
That Kate Bush has long overdue deserved the flowers, and I'm glad people are finally coming around and being like, yo, but seriously,
running that track back up the hill, that's for
y'all,
sure.
I mean, yeah, like, I don't know if it's still in the top 10. I think it was, like, as of last week. But
yeah, when I saw it, I was like, what?
It was, like, number 4.
Yeah.
But seriously, as happy as I am that y'all are playing the shit out of Running Up That Hill, that's great. That whole second half of the album where she's, like, trapped at sea and she's, like, freezing to death, y'all need to be listening to that shit, too, because that whole album is awesome.
Betty, oh my god, Taylor Swift getting her fucking Bob Dylan on in this joint. I was like, okay, I see you.
and it also has a thing I love about, which one was the song where she's like talking about Romeo and Juliet during the choruses? Was that Love Song?
She's no,
that's a different one.
The Scarlet Letter, something
no,
away from
it's a different one.
So Another Love Story by Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah, that's the one. When she does the final chorus, and it's that key change, and it's like, marry me, Julie, and it's like, oh fuck yeah, bringing it home.
Oh right.
The fucking key change when it's James's point of view, and he's like trying to get Betty back. It's like, oh fuck yeah, this rules. Although, not knowing there's like another person does make it sound like Taylor is just saying, fuck James, right. I'm gonna get with Betty, and that's an even better story, I think.
That's what I thought was happening the first time I heard it.
Because fuck James, he was cheating on both of y'all.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Just go out with Betty. Y'all have so much in common already.
The conversations.
And I thought Peace was really great too. I quoted from Genius where it says, it's a song where she worries that her lack of privacy could drive her partner away. I'm sorry I can never give you peace, because like there's so much drama following Taylor that even if the relationship is perfect, there's always going to be the paparazzi. There's always going to be the fucking tabloids. And I thought Hoax was a solid outro track too. Honestly, y'all, sure. Like, I know Evergreen, was that the name of it? the follow-up. I honestly didn't listen to that nearly as much as Folklore. I might have to give it a second listen, but Folklore is great. I ended up giving it a solid 4. How about you?
I gave it a 4.5. I think it's
I can see that, for sure.
Yeah, it's a really good-ass joint.
It is a really good one.
Let's hop over.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, who requested the first one? Did we,
I didn't have that information. It wasn't on my list.
Dang it, hold on.
Yeah, what did it say?
Because, where's the request? Oh, there it is.
Because I already know who did the next one. And I think the audience does, too. They can make an educated guess.
Oh, well, Folklore was requested by Dr. Goatman, so...
No!
Thank you for that request.
Oh, no!
Did we do it?
We finally did it!
Oh, Goatman!
Damn it! Oh, god damn it. You know the look on Dr. Goatman's face when they see the fucking thumbnail, and it's two of their requests. No!
You're templing their fingers like,
no!
Excellent.
Y'all have no idea. We've tried so hard to not make this happen.
No! But like,
shit.
Look, we appreciate this person who definitely, supports us a lot. But, we try to make it so that it's just like, that we can, like, get, other people's requests and, so we're not doubling up, but we couldn't avoid it. Look, and it's all, it's the girl power hour, all right? We're talking about, country girl power and rap girl, the two true American genres, so we're getting into it.
I mean, would it have maybe been more fair to talk about Taylor Swift and House of Puke? Maybe. But that's gotta be the next episode. I have no idea what that even is. We've got an interesting next show.
I think I stopped right at, like, when I texted you, I was like, wait, should we do that one? It's like, but there was this other request, and I was like, oh, okay. So we stopped. I stopped just short of hearing what that was. So next week we'll find out. But for now, man. Good folks.
Dr. Goatman. Good news by Megan Thee Stallion. Full-length debut album. Good news. Does not feel like it, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, did she not? Because we reviewed another one of her albums. This is what we brought up at the beginning, where I remember not really feeling it that much. It was like, there were, of course, some boppers on it, but it was like, as soon as she tried to get, like, into anything, like, deeper than the hot girl shit, it would kind of fell apart. And even then it would be like, these songs are kind of samey. I remember you saying like, okay, if that's all you've got, if that's the only color you've got, what are we doing here? How long are you planning on sticking around? There was that sort of feel, right?
Yeah. It sucks because on Sugar, which is the third EP,
that's what it was.
It came out in March of 2020. Good News ended up coming out later that year in November. And not a whole lot had really changed except the main front page story, where Suga's story was, my record label won't let me put out the music I want to put out.
Right.
So I gotta put them on blast. And Good News is about the Tory Lanez bullshit.
Yeah, jeez.
And we get that out of the way, honestly, very early on, even though it does kind of come up.
And I actually really like that as a, like, framing, like, it's one of those, in the great pantheon of, like, rap albums, there's always, like, some sort of shit going on that's, like, fueling why they're doing what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, shit, the first one I thought of was the second NWA album, but that wasn't a good But, I'm thinking of songs like, damn it, nothing really great is coming to mind right now. Because one of the things I was thinking of was House of Pain's Jump. And they're like, this was dedicated to Tommy Mottola, whoever it is, the chump who, told someone else to do a jump song so that theirs came out first or whatever.
I was going to say it reminded me of the opening track to Invasion of Privacy, the Cardi B album,
Mm.
where she's like taking on all the slut shamers and being like,
Right,
I fucking
right.
made it. Listen to my fucking album. And I remember it being pretty good.
Or I think about like Kanye West. I remember someone said like Kanye West always feels like he needs to have someone he's up against. So like when the first album, it's like, oh, I'm a producer, I can't be a rapper, so like I'm dealing with that energy. And then the second album is like, oh, you're a rapper, you can't be a pop star, you know, like. And so there's these like sort of like things that are kind of channeling them and engaging them to like, you know, really put some edge in what they're fucking talking about. You know what I mean? To really put their foot in it. And with this, where it's just like, you know, there's some songs where like, yeah, you can think that it's about the situation, but it can be like, no, but this could be a general anthem for like not wanting to put up with some, you know, what a fuckboy's bullshit, you know? Like, and just the fact that she samples like the first track, that it comes out the gate sampling the fucking Who Shot Ya. Like, it really puts you in that fucking lane of like this straight up feels like the, you know, next ladies next generation of fucking grabby glocks when you see the Stallion, you know what I mean? Or we're just like, yo, hype it up, fuck that nigga, fuck them other niggas because I'm down with my bitches, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hits so fucking hard. And sort of is Plan B a joint that came out this year?
Plan B.
Yeah, she did one. I think it was this year because it happened. Yeah, because the Roe v. Wade thing happened this year, and I think that song just happened to come out like right in April. Have you heard that one? There's an you know, issue I've just in general had with Megan Thee Stallion, where it's just like, you know, I feel like I've been liking her more and more as the more I feel like she's like been really focusing on like, you know, getting in her grizzly like lyrically. But every now and then she has that annoying thing where she just won't rhyme certain phrases in this jarring way where it's just like, come on, dude, that clearly didn't rhyme. What the fuck? And that hinders so much of my enjoyment of her music because it's just like, it's not even like a southern drawl thing of like, oh, that's just how we talk. It's just like, nah, bro, that didn't sound right. Like, that clearly sounded wrong, and it keeps happening. Oh, yeah, and so there is that level of like, you know, okay, can you keep doing the hot girl, like, rapping about your pussy shit? But my thing is like, I mean, you can do anything if you know, make it sound fresh enough, right? Like, Lil' Kim at least was able to keep that shit going for at least an album and a half, right? Like, you know, so it's like, it really depends on how you bring the energy. And with her first release, it felt like, yeah, they kind of didn't know what to do with her. But like, I feel like it was the Birds of Prey song, I think, that she did that was really the moment where it was a turning point of like, hey, wait a minute, these ain't just like, you know, run-of-the-mill shit. She's actually like putting some energy into this, you know? Yeah. And so like that, I feel, combined with her kind of having the second wind of like, okay, I've got a target that, you know, I'm aiming shots at when I'm like fucking getting on this track. I've got something to prove, you know, when I fucking get in this booth, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I see. I feel I feel the opposite on this. Like, I was listening to this and I was taking my notes, and I was seriously like, am I just like done with Megan? Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, it might just not be for you, but
when we did the first the Sugar EP, and I was like, man, if this is like the only shade we're gonna get of what she's capable of, it's very one note. But then there were the more vulnerable tracks, and I thought those hit even less.
Right,
like,
crying in the car or something like that.
So I was like, well, shit, I guess I do only like that one shade. That kind of sucks. But so on here, that's kind of all we get, and it's still even being what I like better from her, for me, wasn't enough. Like, I think the strongest cuts, if I'm just gonna cut to the chase, are like all at the end.
Really?
But, yeah.
So wait, you didn't like Circles?
Circles.
It's track 2, because I thought it was okay. I thought it was a good 1-2 punch of holy shit, you know, shots fired, I'm fucking going the fuck off, I'm going at you and getting fucking angry at you. And then the second track is the sort of like, you know, being a little bit more emotionally vulnerable, being like, man, I can't fucking believe I let this happen to me, and like, you know what, I'm fucking moving up. Like, you know, it felt like the 1-2 sort of connection of the victory through the anger, you know, but to that bounce that still kind of keeps it going. But like, you have that sample in the background, you know, got me in circles, circles, round and round the way you feel me. Like, I thought it really hit as a nice 1-2. And then Crybaby's like, okay. And yeah, like the next couple are like they're serviceable joints.
I thought, see, I actually wasn't really that blown away by Shots Fired. Like,
really,
as a something that needed to be done. Like, yes, for sure. Get it all out. I'm glad we're getting this out of the way, like, first thing. But I just kind of felt like it really didn't go anywhere. Like, it kind of felt rambly. So I didn't really think it was that great. Like, as far as a track that I would want to listen to again, like, it didn't really have the best, I don't know, if you have a song that is like a serious track that's about something really important, but it doesn't have, like, clever lyricism, like, it kind of just falls by the wayside to me. Like, I kind of, like, need both, I guess.
I get what you're saying. You know what it is? It's expecting you. It's the same thing, kind of like with Brockhampton in a way. Didn't we talk about that? Where it's like if you're already emotionally involved in the group,
yeah,
then you're more likely to forgive if they're like lyrically not really like putting a whole bunch of it together because you're feeling it just on that level of because you're invested in them as a group.
Yeah.
But if you're like coming on this and you're like, okay, Megan Thee Stallion, person that I don't really have any acquaintance with, wow me, and then it's like, yeah, it's this personal story, and it's like, okay, but did that really hit me? I get you on that one.
Circles, like, yeah, I thought it was catchy, but I wasn't wowed by it, really. It wasn't until Crybaby, because I haven't really visited this. I've had some time away from this one. It doesn't really get radio play anymore. For a while there, it was unavoidable. And I'm not saying this from personal bias, because of shit he said. Doesn't DaBaby kind of suck on this?
Yeah, he's definitely not as good as Megan is on this one.
No, it was sobering.
When I reviewed it, I remember having that feeling, I think, yeah.
I remember there was a time where, like, there was, like, a couple songs in a row where DaBaby was like, oh shit, he's got, like, a cool personality. And whatever he's bringing is kind of different.
Super hypersexual, yeah, but, like, still lyrical in a certain way, yeah.
And his verse on Crybaby is just dog shit.
It's just like, Megan, Lucy, a bunch of people's names, go.
And the is so annoying. The fucking sample in the background is really annoying. And I thought Megan was the best part of the song for sure, but...
And he takes up a lot of it.
Until right now, I thought this was a DaBaby song featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
Right.
I didn't know it was a Megan Thee Stallion song until it came to listening to it for the album, and I was like, oh, shit, okay. Because, yeah, she obviously is the best thing about it. But as far as features go, this was my first impression of City Girls. I'd never listened to them before. Not impressed.
Yeah, like I said, it's
didn't dig
serviceable.
This one.
It's fine. I think, like, for me, the residual energy of the first two tracks that went in a direction that I wasn't expecting, that had a bit more complexity to it, like, gave me more, allowed me to give it more leeway, as it was just like, okay, we've got this angry energy out. Okay, now I'm just trying to have fun for a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, I could see the narrative arc of what was kind of happening on the, at least for the first part, it doesn't become a fully album narrative arc, but like I see at least trying to be like, well, I want you to feel something when you hear this album. This isn't just any other album. I'm trying to hit you with like some fucking joints first, you know. But for me, actually, you are right though. As I'm looking down at the bottom of because the fucking bangers that were like, those were, because the Beyonce joint, that was at the end. Yeah, because I was like, oh my god, I had that moment when I was listening to it. I was like, oh my god, wait, this is like banger after banger. Hold on a fucking second, I don't know, holy shit, like, she actually had some joints.
Outside, Savage remix, Go Crazy, I dug that one.
Yo, the sample of that one was bonkers.
And the fucking last two, Girls in the Hood and Don't Stop, even with fucking Young Thug, I thought those were the best. Up until that point, I was very, very lukewarm on just about everything else up until that point. I hate to say it.
Yeah, Sugar Baby, I remember that one was like, oh, we're just going back to No Limit Southern Fried Trumpet synths now. I remember when I heard that one.
And I think that's the one, wait, no, that's Freaky Girl. Sugar Baby, I just have quoted, bad bitch times a million. Because it felt like every other line was something, something, bad bitch. Something, 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 bad bitch. I'm like, okay. Come on, man. Like, yeah, I was just getting like, we need something different here.
This legit feels like, oh snap, Megan Thee Stallion back from the year 2003 at Crunk's height to bring us a Crunk song, you know? Like, yeah.
I did like the line, invest in this pussy boy, support black business. I thought that was a pretty dope line.
Yeah.
But then we got the worst fucking song in the whole goddamn album with Movie and Lil Durk. I don't know what the fuck to make of this thing.
Sleazy. Just strip club hours all day.
Fuck me, I hated this song, dude.
Eat my coochie, let's make a movie, nigga. I'm talking ASMR, let me hear you chew it, nigga. Like, oh my God.
Honestly, like, all my problems are with Durk. I thought Durk was dog shit on this. I thought Megan's verse was okay. You're having to sit through a lot of shit to get to her verse, and in my opinion, it's not worth the wait. Like, it's too much.
Can I say this though? Like, you know what it is? Like, it's not that it was like a great verse, but it like, you know, it put me in where they wanted me to be in, which was the sleazy, you know what I'm saying, backwoods strip club. And like, cause just the way like Durk ends his verse was kind of like the thing that kind of made me go like, you know what? Like, this definitely fits what the fucking scenario he's trying to play up is. Do you remember the final lyrics? That little bitch never turned down money. I don't give a fuck who she with. The strip club got the best chicken wings. Give me 6. It's just like, like this man is in the strip club feeling on booties in between chowing down on saucy barbecue wings. I'm like, you don't get more gutter strip club than that, you know?
I guess you're right. Yeah.
It so just fits that mood in that way where I'm just like, I can't act like this isn't what it is, you know?
I don't really have much to say about Freaky Girls.
Freaky Girls,
it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It was basically BDE by Lotto. You know, it's like the, hey, sampling this 90s song that you recognize. You know what I mean? Like, but like for this one, I mean, because I like Megan and also SZA, you know, I was like, oh man, but I definitely would like to see, you know, an Adina Howard sample come back. You know what I'm saying? That was a fucking...
yeah, sure.
So I was like, you know, I can't front on this, you know, but yeah, it's not necessarily something to write home about. I wouldn't call it macking. I call it speaking with passion. I don't call it seducing. I move on it, then have it. Got sugar for the daddies who truly support my habits, who buy the double C's when I'm making A's in my classes. Like, I love the lyrics that, like, you can tell that that's actually real. You know that's not just, like, a brag line. You know what I mean? It's so weird. Like, it's very specific. And then, okay, what do you think about Body? Because I think this is the make or breaker. Oh, my God. Okay.
I think it's a fun chorus to hear once. I think it is good for a TikTok sound.
Right, it's an earwormer.
But the verses are nothing special, and it's, for as many times as that chorus is repeated, it's very annoying.
It's the will.i.am thing, where it's like, oh, I know you're getting a hit out of this because of the fucking, like, this is that, like, you know, 5 other female rappers are kicking themselves because they didn't come up with a chorus that simple yet, like,
oh yeah,
you know,
for sure.
clearly repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, yada 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 yada. It's almost fucking what you call it? You know, those 1920s hidey hidey hidey, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I don't know if I can even hate it because I know what you're doing, and you know it works.
I think if you just had the first bar be the body oddy stuff, and then the rest of it be different lyrics, like that would have been a really hot chorus. But to have it all be that and nothing else, that wears very thin for me, unfortunately.
And, like, she does this thing where it's like, the lyrics don't rhyme, but the actual, what she's saying hits hard in a way where I'm like, you know, I'm of two minds as I hear it, you know? The one lyric where she says, Num 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 num, eat it up. Foreplay, okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest, you ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm present when I'm absent, speaking when I'm not there. All them bitches scary cats, I call them Carol Baskins.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, I can't act like that's not a good fucking bar. But it's like,
sure.
What the fuck did Carol Baskins rhyme with? Like, what did you think of What's New?
I liked the flow, but it really kind of felt like a freestyle to me. Like, it felt very, like, just kind of off the top. And it didn't have any new ideas, or for me, really anything particularly interesting.
Yeah, I get you. For me, it was one of those things like, okay, yeah, this is about having a fun hook, and I'm like, I'll give it that. Like, this is a fun hook, you know? And, like, in that way of, like, this sounds different from the others. This is her, you know, fucking, the kids see the point, look at his wrist point, you know? Like, everyone has that one song where it's just like hey, look, I did a gimmicky thing where I put this thing in there, you know? Doesn't that make it stand out? Doesn't that make this song different? You know what I mean? And I had enough fun as I was listening to it. Like, it's one of those songs, like, it wasn't like, you know, fantastic or blowing my socks off, but like, as I listened to it, I didn't not want to listen to it, you know what I mean? Like, I had the fun with it. Like, when it happened, you know, I had that Mario character sort of feel, you know. Worked that. I think I like the NO sample kind of thing that they did. What'd you feel about that one?
I thought it was okay. I thought the chorus wasn't great. But I did like the one part I had quoted, I'm undead, ain't no bitch killing me, hold that stick like I'm in a symphony. For these simps, I have no sympathy. I was like,
yeah,
okay,
she got like a little gutter with the lyrics at the end there. Yeah. I was like, oh, when she does that thing where she like flip up and do double time, so it's like, oh, you think it's just sex rhymes, but I'm actually pretty adept with it, you know, like.
There's nothing wrong with sex rhymes because, I mean, like, WAP was like a huge hit. And
fucking
I think
masterpiece.
Yeah, it's really untouchable. So, like, I know Megan can have a great song with, like, just being sex bars, but I feel so much of this album was colored by the numbers and just copy and paste.
I get you.
Like, I felt like a lot of the same punchlines were, like, repeated. I can't remember any offhand, but it's what it felt like. And it doesn't help that with so many songs being, like, barely 2 minutes, it really does feel like a mixtape more than a full-length debut album. Like, it did not feel like kicking the door open, like, this is Megan's time to shine. Like, I feel like that, by this point, kind of already came and went. And, I don't know, like, obviously, since then, WAP came out after this album. I think that's probably, true. Like, the new highlight.
It's like that song, yeah, because I forgot, like, that song's not on this one. That's basically her second wind right there. Like, yeah.
I feel like she's a great singles artist.
Yes, that's my thing, yeah.
For a full album, though, I think it really does get tired pretty quick, unfortunately.
You know, you're certainly not wrong. I guess it's like, as I'm listening to it, like, you know, I try to meet the music where it is, right? Like, I'm not expecting Kendrick level joints out of this, right? Like, you know, I know it's going to be a bunch of fun bangers, but it's just like, but there's still a hierarchy to that, right? Like, what are you still giving me within that realm of possibility? And like, within that hierarchy, I'll say I had a good time more often than not. It was like that thing where it's just like, if you've got the energy, I can ride with it, even though I know I'm like, this isn't the smartest thing ever, but it's just like, but if you can make me have a good time, if you've got personality, you know, like, I can still fuck with it, right?
Yeah.
Now, interestingly enough, the song Intercourse was my least liked song.
Yeah.
Because it was just so, like, basic, even though it's like, oh, look, Jamaican vibes, this is what you like, you know, rap critic, this is what you love, but it's Popcorn, don't you love him? Oh, you know, sexually explicit lyrics, but it just feels so basic when I'm looking at what the actual lyrics are, you know, like, I mean, for God's sakes, the hook is sexual intercourse. Like, what? Like, I was thinking about the Family Guy thing where they were, you know, a band for a while. And they're like, I want to have intercourse with you. Relations. Intercourse with you.
Yeah.
What's a shorter word for intercourse? Like, it's like sexual intercourse. Like, that's not hot. Like, you know, my penis in your vagina. Like, just saying the technical terms is not hot.
It's not hot!
I thought he definitely hurt the song more than improved it or added to it. This just kind of came off as awkward to me. But finally, coming through with the features. Big Sean and 2 Chainz.
Oh, man!
I feel like in the history of this podcast, when it comes to features, 2 Chainz never misses.
Wow.
And Big Sean was a nice surprise too. Like I don't really have, I never have the highest of expectations for Big Sean, but I feel like he never really lets me down.
Yeah, like ever since Ass, I think he's been kind of like, you know, trying to prove himself and wipe off that blemish. You know, like
yeah, like sure, it was a huge hit, but it also like. It sets the expectations real low.
Yeah, he was like, oh, you're the ass guy. You're the guy who does the, you go get a dick today. Not that. You go get some dick today. Like, really? you took all day to come up with that one? Like, you know?
That song really was shit. But,
this goes in the trash.
I remember liking, there was one Big Sean album we did for the show. That's
the thing. I don't consider him to be like. I remember one time Anthony Fantano did a review where he was just saying like, no, just like being like, fuck Big Sean. But I was like, he's never been that person where I've been like completely fuck them. They've never. No. They're not. Big Sean is not Soulja Boy levels of I don't need to hear anything this guy says because I know it's gonna be whack. You know what I mean?
He ain't Lil B.
Yeah, right? So, like, with Big Sean, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I know he's made whack joints that definitely, got him those side eyes. But, like, if you're listening to, like, anything else that he does, it's like, oh, you can tell he kind of puts his heart into it. He's clearly trying to be lyrical. He's trying to, like, impress you. He's trying to put these words together. He's trying to earn his keep as a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, as opposed to what a lot of people could be doing, which is just, you know, bullshitting and making their money easy off of some bullshit, I don't know, G-Eazy song or something, you know? Like,
yeah. Rock Me to Sleep. I was digging this one, and I liked the synth beat, because I'm a sucker for a synth beat. But this fucking chorus, man.
Oh, it was the delivery that just killed it for me, where it's just like, I can, like, almost tell that your heart is just not into this song. Like...
If you want to leave, then bye, bye, bye. I'm a big girl, so I won't cry. Don't sing me a la la, bye, bye, bye. Blah, 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 la, la, la. What?
Blah, 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 la, la, la. I was like,
I'm sorry.
Oh, are you serious?
The fuck is that?
Yeah,
Come on,
like...
man. But yeah, like I said, from there, breezy as fuck track with Outside.
Outside, oh man. But although
that's a fucking
chorus,
summer anthem for sure.
Yeah, but the chorus is always like makes me think of like first of all the music. Oh my god, it sounds like a Sonic level or something like that. It's so fucking smooth. How cool it sounds. The chorus where she's like, "I ain't for the streets, cause bitch I am the street, and I ain't on these niggas. All these niggas be on me." And like all I keep imagining is the music video where it's like it's actually her face in the street. You know, like in that really cheesy like 2000s music video way. You see a bunch of people walking and like, and you know like it's kind of like pumping a little bit, you know, with the beat, like as her face superimposed on the concrete is going like, bitch, I am the street, dun, dun, and it's starting to shake and like people are kind of like shaking like, whoa, what's going on?
You're just thinking of the Locks album cover.
Yes! We are the streets. It's like, guys, come on. You can't be that literal.
To do it.
It's just
a different story. I mean, from there, we got the big hits. We got Savage Remix with Beyonce, Girls in the Hood. Don't Stop was good.
I thought that was solid.
I'm never big on Young Thug. I think the audience is sick of hearing me say that, but I don't think he ruined it by any stretch.
I don't think he did too bad. Like, when he said, Dr. Miami add layers, now the ass is fat like an acre, come to the spot and we lay up, and I can I pussy like mayors. Ever since I got my cake up, I've been running these bitches like the mayor. I was like, okay. Alright, actually, that's pretty dope, like, you know?
I think I'm always distracted by his delivery, that it's hard for me to, like, really pay attention to what he's saying.
It is a Danny Brown level acquired taste of a delivery, for sure.
Overall, I got a 3.
Overall, you know, I gotta give it a 4. As much as I'm seeing what you're saying, like, and as much as the flaws that I do have with it, it's the give and take, right? Like, this is kind of a little jarring, but you're doing this that makes up for it. So that's what it is, like, when I listen to, you know, a lot of artists, because motherfuckers aren't perfect, right? You know, most artists aren't releasing perfect 5 out of 5 albums, but it's about, like, what enjoyment can I have versus, like, the annoyances, and does the enjoyment outweigh the annoyance, you know?
And about wraps it up for this week's episode of Going Off. Big thanks to everyone who spent their time with us this week and enjoyed the show. We are super thankful that y'all choose to spend your time with us. and that y'all wait patiently for new episodes, and you act so excited and happy when a new episode gets posted. That really means a lot. And like we did in this episode where we did 2 requests, even though it didn't feel like it because they're only 2 years old, still, things fall through the cracks is what I'm trying to say.
And, also given more time, right? Like, when you first heard it, when the first album came out, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay,
yes.
Now with time, now how do we feel about these joints? Because I felt a little bit of that way about, like, Folklore, where it was just like, oh, I just thought it was, like, sounded solid as soon as I heard it. But then with, like, time, I was like, well, there's a little bit of cracks in those armors, but it's still solid, like. But
if you have an album that you would like to hear us talk about, head on over to our Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/goinoff. That's GOINOFF. Request an album to be talked about in a future episode. The queue is starting to look rather manageable, is all I'm gonna say. If we knock out a few more, y'all you might see a more affordable price point. That's all I'm gonna say. It's still gonna be a while, but I'm just putting it out there. And in the meantime, I want y'all to follow us on Twitter if you're not already, so you can make sure you are staying on top of what we're doing. You know what we're working on. You know what we're talking about, what we're thinking about. I've got the fan house for RiffComs, where I'm posting the exclusive videos for y'all to see. Over 250 Kids Bop things. I'm posting behind-the-scenes clips from RiffComs filming sessions. There's a bunch of fun shit on there, and you're missing out if you're not subscribed. It's only $3 a month. And RC, he's got the Patreon thing, the Twitch thing. You've got it hanging on. You've got, I don't know what I'm saying. You're holding it down over there on the fan house and the Twitch.
No, but yeah, on the Patreon, I'm actually going to be uploading a couple of exclusive songs to the Patreon for the folks who are supporting me on there, in between while I take a month off from Rap Critic. But I am still doing new episodes. In fact, I'm going to be reviewing the new Nope movie by Jordan Peele. Yeah, I was like, okay, we got to do that one.
Yeah.
So that's coming soon. And yeah, get with the Patreon, patreon.com/rapcritic. Get with it, act like you want it. You can join the Patreon Discord where you can chat with me and fellow fans and all that fun, sexy stuff. Plus the episodes artwork and everything I just said. But other than that, yeah, we're kicking it. I'm gonna get off of this after we're done and chill for a second because I feel like I barely have time to myself a lot of times. So
take a fucking breath. Yeah, right? Sit down for a minute.
I'm always jumping from one thing to the next, man. I'm just like, okay, I gotta do this. Okay, whoa, now I gotta do my music though, so let me do that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But ain't no rest for the wicked, man. Money don't grow on trees.
That's true. All those expressions, they all apply. But until next time, for Going Off, I'm Muse.
And I'm Rap Critic, and Meg, I feel like a stallion.
It was well worth the wait.